Hi guys, so we are going to work with tints and shade today, and we're going to start with red. We're going to put red in the center of our paper, and let's see what happens when we add white to the red. Okay, I'm going to rinse my brush out so that my brush is nice and clean, and before I go put it into the white. You might also want to use like a napkin or a tissue. I'm going to stick the brush in the white and I'm going to mix it. And I have this beautiful pink color. So that's a tint of the red. Okay. Now let's go down the rainbow. Orange. What's the next color after red? It's orange. So let's make some orange because we're gonna put some red in there. In my classroom, I only ever offer primary colors, black, white, and brown, which is the one that's a mixed color, but I offer brown because sometimes it's hard to mix it. Anyway, let's start with making the orange by mixing red and yellow. And some of my students think like it's important which color you put it down first. That doesn't matter. So there's orange. On the screen, it might still appear some very red because red is a very powerful color. So I'm gonna go ahead and add even a little more yellow so that it's very obviously orange. There we go. Now, how would we make a tint of this orange? Remember how we made a tint for this one? We added white. So let's do that. I'm gonna rinse my brush. Remember not to tap your brush because it will spread a lot of little droplets everywhere. My brush is clean. I'm gonna get some white and put it with the orange. And oh my goodness, it looks like sherbet. Looks like some kind of yummy ice cream. Okay, so that's the tint of this orange. What's the next color in the rainbow? Yellow, right. So that one does not need to be mixed. We are going to get some yellow. And to make a tint, we add, yes, we add white. So I'm gonna dry off the excess water, get some white, mix it in, and we have an even brighter yellow. Look how pretty it is. Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay. The next color is green. And to make green, we are going to mix blue and yellow. So grab some blue and we're gonna wash it off. And similar to the red, the blue is a very powerful color. So I'm only using a tiny amount. And then I'm gonna grab some of the yellow, almost a little bit more than the blue. And there you have a really beautiful green. I'm gonna actually add a teeny bit more yellow because it's still very bluish. There, that's a more obvious green. Okay, now what do we need to do for this green to be a tint of green? Right, we're gonna add some white. Beautiful. All right, and then blue. And blue doesn't need to be mixed. Blue is a primary color. I'm gonna put it right here. And to make a tint of this color, we are gonna add, I'm keep blotting my paint with my, add some white. There is the tint of the dark blue or the regular blue. And last but not least, purple. And of course I don't have purple here. So to make purple, I'm gonna grab a little bit of blue, rinse my brush, blot it, get some red, mix it. And for the viewer on a screen, you might not be able to see it very well, but maybe make it a teeny bit more blue so you can kind of see the purple here. There you go. And to make that purple into a tint or a purple tint, we are going to add some white. Now, if you're going to do this, it's really important that you rinse your brush out well so that there is no residue. All right, so that's a tint of the purple. You can also make a tint of black. So let's do that over here. Black. What do we need to do to the black to make a tint of that color? Exactly. Add some white. And we create, some of these colors have names. The tint, you can say the tint of black, or you can say gray. Here you can say light blue, pink, peach, lavender. So some of these colors in their tint form have names. Okay, so now let's talk about shade. So notice I left these areas right here not mixed. So I'm gonna grab a teeny bit of black. Black is a very powerful color. We're just gonna add a tiny bit of black to black, and nothing changes because that was its original color. Ha ha ha. And we're gonna grab a tiny bit of black and mix it in with the blue, and there you're gonna have a shade of blue. So I'm gonna actually get a teeny bit more, and there is your shade of blue. It's actually really nice. And we're gonna add a teeny bit of black to this purple, and there you have a shade of purple. Rinse my brush out, blot the brush, grab some black, add a tiny, notice I'm adding just a tiny amount because again, the black is very powerful. If you put a lot, the whole thing is gonna be black. So here, my paint is starting to dry, but you can tell how the orange is changing. So that's a shade of orange. I'm gonna try to rush a little bit because some of these colors are drying. I'm gonna put a teeny bit of like a dot of black in here so I can start mixing the shade. So this is a shade of black, of red. It's a shade of red, dark red. Let's see what the shade of yellow looks like. That's the shade of yellow. And last but not least, the shade of the color green. I think it needs a teeny bit more. I don't think it was strong enough. There we go. So you can see this has green tones, but it's very dark. Excellent. So that was it for tint and shade. And let's count how many colors we now have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we have 20 colors. And those 20 colors came out of just these 5. Okay, so that's quite a bit of color. Anyway, have fun painting. Thank you for joining me today.